It didn't come with a power cable?
Yeah, those don't come with power cables. They're kind of packaged the same way all around the world.
So, all right, so first mistake that I made, I got the wrong cable. I needed a TRS-2 female XLR, not a male XLR, so I have to go and get that cable from somewhere, probably on Long Island. I'm gonna send this back to B&H, but here is the Constellation. I wanna get this in the rack now that I cleared it out. So let's do, actually felt really good. I've never cut the box like that before, but let's do the unboxing of the Constellation. Unless you're an AV geek, I don't think this is gonna be as exciting for others as I anticipate it's gonna be for me. I definitely didn't need all these inputs, which kind of sucks because I could have went with a smaller unit. The problem, however, is that I needed SuperSource, and SuperSource basically allows me to have multiple camera feeds on the same screen at the same time versus having to just switch individually. So that's gonna be kind of like the bread and butter for me to do my podcast and not have to switch while everyone else is speaking. I can just have everybody on screen at the same time. So that was mainly the feature and the reason why I went with this 2ME one, but I definitely could have went with the 1ME ATEM Constellation, but it's okay. Let's see, how's this thing open? I'm the worst at unboxings. For a guy that has 3 unboxing videos, I'm just like really bad at them. I'm starting to kind of learn. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it slides out. Slides out just like that. Look at that. Come on, AV nerds. I'm trying to make this cool and it's just not, I mean, this is just not a cohesive, fun unboxing so far. I don't want this thing opening up like a pancake and the thing just flopping out on the table. Be nice if they added screws in here for you. What is this shit? I don't know what that is. Look at that thing. That thing's good looking though. It really is. That is a beautiful switcher. Look at that. Kenji's sleeping, but I wish he wasn't so he could appreciate this because it's beautiful. Oh, look, they did include the screws. Look at my ass talking shit. And they actually included the screws. I have no idea what these are. There's no instruction manual. There's 2 pamphlets. They give you a coupon for a buffet or anything like that in here? At least? Nope. Can't give you shit. Oh, I got stickers though. Look at that. Blackmagic, send the check. Now, when I worked for the AV company that I used to work for, they always said go diagonally when you're putting in any type of devices into a rack. So you never want to do double or double bottom on top bottom or 1 or 2 bottoms. You always want to just go top right, bottom left, top left, bottom right, and just go from there. I don't know why I never put this screw in. That seems negligent. Negligent Nick. Just me doing shit. All right, so let's grab the screw and the washer. Look how official we are now. We have rack-mounted audio-video equipment. Originally, I just had the rack, and it was just hard drives in it. It wasn't even like official. And now we're like official. This is pretty cool. I don't even know what the hell I would put for 20 inputs. Let's get Kenji's hair already making an appearance on the mixer. Wait a minute, did I not see a power cable? No, there's no way. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Oh man. Nah, there's no way. So either I'm very confused or this actually didn't come with a power cable. Where does it say package contents? I mean, that's gotta be fucking crazy to spend $1,600 on a camera mixer and it doesn't come with a power cable. A basic power cable, which looks like the same one that hooks into your printer. This one right here. So, what am I missing? Okay. This only came at one side, so did I get a used mixer? That is the question. And one that I plan to find out.
A few moments later.
I'm wondering if I should call Blackmagic or B&H first. I think I should call Blackmagic just to confirm what comes in the box. See, this is some of the stuff that a lot of people don't see. Figuring out how to use the equipment, how to set it up. You saw this thing came with no instructions, right? They want you to download everything online or just figure it out. It doesn't even say in there if there's a packing slip of like a power cable should be in there, how many rack ears if they weren't attached for some reason. So when clients are charged by freelancers in all industries, just understand that some of this price comes from the having to figure this shit out for hours before we've had to do it with you on job site. Nuggets of knowledge, baby.
Design, how can I help you?
Hey, what's going on? Quick question for you. I just got an ATEM Constellation 2ME, and I opened it up, and I just wanted to know, what are the contents of the box? It didn't come with a power cable?
Yeah, those don't come with power cables. They're kind of packaged the same way all around the world, like with the same packaging. So like, but they all use IEC cables and you can use one for your particular region.
Like a printer cable.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's called IEC cables.
Okay. And then there was one metal tag that came in the box. Was there supposed to be two or just one?
So it's supposed to be like I don't recall what comes in that packaging.
Let me see. Let me see if there's a name on it. I don't think there is. It's got one metal piece, but it only came with one. So I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't supposed to come with two. I don't even know what it's for. Yeah, there's only one in here.
Yeah, I should have two.
What the fuck is this? What is this shit? I don't know what that is. Okay. All right, I guess I'll contact B&H about it.
Yeah, it's strange that it wouldn't have both of them.
I found it. Well, it's on the table.
There's like a slot for each one, right? There's like a slot.
Yeah, on each side.
So there's like a slot for each one, yeah.
I gotta finish the lie now. I can't admit that I didn't find it, so it's okay. Yeah, it's all right. I'll contact B&H. I'm sure, you know, maybe they have an extra one. I don't need it anyway.
Is it gonna be for like it's gonna be like for your rack?
Yeah, it's going in the rack. Yeah, it's okay. I actually already have it mounted in the rack. I went back, I'm shooting a video, and I went back and I didn't see the power cable, and I went, does this not come with a power cable? Was I supposed to buy one?
Yeah.
It's okay. I have a printer that I could just use that for now.
Okay.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Have a good day.
This is going to be our little secret, all right? Don't tell nobody. Let's go grab that power cable. All right, standard printer right here. Is this the power cable? Oh, tell me it detaches. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to have a fit. No, it should detach. It doesn't. Oh, maybe it does. Oh my God. Dude, doing this YouTube stuff and like doing everything with one hand is not easy. Nope, doesn't detach. Awesome. Great. Okay. I'm actually kind of glad that I'm documenting all of this now, because at one point I kind of was just like, I just want to use the damn thing and just start setting it up and just seeing what it's capable of. Even though, truth be told, I do have work to do, but this is exciting. So I need to go buy a power cable for this, unless I can just use one of the hard drive cables. I could probably just use one of the hard drive cables. Let's see if I can get this turned on. All right, people, we have life. Look at that. She's turned on. I just connected to the network just for the time being. And I'm gonna go and check the computer and see if we can download any firmware software updates that we have. All right, so it's been a couple minutes. It's been about 45 minutes. I'm trying to download the software for the ATEM switcher so I can update it. And it's on the network right now, which means that I'll be able to see it on my computer once I get the switcher software on. However, every time I go to open up the zipped file on my Mac, it says it's an unsupported file type and it will not open. So now I have to call Blackmagic customer care again and see if they can send me a different file or a workaround.
You are currently caller number 5, waiting to speak with a representative. Thank you for your patience.
I kid you not, I just double click it. I tried 5 times before I got on this phone, and now it opens up. This is technology, people. This is the fun stuff. Agree, sign my life away essentially, just doing that. Touch ID, hang up on them. and we are installed. So I feel like at this point, I've probably already added the a few moments later, but it's actually been weeks. Let me give you guys an update on what happened with the Constellation 2ME that I was planning on using for all the live streams in the office. I am a solo operator when it comes to the podcast. When I have my guests come on, all the cameras I set up, I make sure everything looks as best as possible. After I press record, I have to sit down and be present within the conversation. And it's very difficult when you're constantly trying to monitor audio equipment and obviously the cameras to make sure that everything is still recording. With the Constellation, it was very feature rich in a lot of areas that I didn't need it to be. I didn't need two breakouts to be able to have two different programs or feeds coming off of the actual mixer itself. Just wasn't something that I needed. I didn't need 20 inputs, SDI inputs. I'm never gonna have that many cameras in this studio. Maybe one day I'll have a larger studio and I'll be able to do larger shows like that. But for the use case that I needed for Risology, any type of stuff that I wanted to do in here, that was not something that I needed. And then, of course, the main reason I bought the 2ME as opposed to the $1,000 1ME was mainly because of the SuperSource capabilities. So my thought process was being able to have a guest on, myself, maybe two other guests, and being able to have 4 clean feeds showing all of us talking together as opposed to having to worry about doing the live mixing, being I'm not doing any of the mixing live while I'm being the host of the show. I don't have a Jamie, I don't have anybody behind boards, so it is all on me to make sure that the show runs smoothly and that I am present as the host. So now that leads us to where we are today. So where we are today is I returned the 2ME. Thankfully, B&H has a great return policy. As long as everything obviously is in working condition, you have the original packaging, you can return it. It just wasn't suiting the needs that I needed it for. And the more that I went on to try to customize it to the way that I needed it, the more I just came to the realization that I need a PC. Now I'm a Mac guy, and you can run OBS and you can run external capture cards into a Mac and then use OBS and StreamYards or whatever software that you want to use to multi-stream and do it XYZ. My following is on TikTok for the podcast clips, and that's where I'd like to do a lot of lives along with YouTube. The problem is if you have a Mac, TikTok doesn't have their creator studio on Mac. It's only on PC. And I've been a Mac guy for a long, long time. I had PCs when I was younger. So in saying that, I went and purchased this bad boy right here. So this, if you are familiar with graphics cards and the state of the community right now, this is a pretty hard thing to come by. And it is way more expensive than I anticipated it was going to be. This I paid $14.50 for this. Sorry, as Kenji licks himself in the background. $14.50 for this graphics card. And obviously this is just one piece of the puzzle when building a PC. The rest of the build is estimated to be around $2,900, including the PCI card for my SDI inputs for the cameras. So I kept the SDI converters for all of my cameras because I'm still going to use those cameras for the feed. So what do I say? So why am I telling all you guys this? The reason I'm telling all you guys this is numerous reasons. The first reason I'm telling all you guys this is because obviously sometimes you have to pivot when things aren't really working the way that you anticipated they were going to. You have to pivot and you have to make a judgment call. Now, while I was setting up the Constellation, I did realize that I was probably going to need a PC anyway, but I wasn't going to go crazy on the build because the Constellation would handle a lot of the switching and this and that, but then you're still dealing with encoders on the PC side and how good they're going to be. I probably could have gotten away with a cheaper card. I'll be flat out honest with you guys. However, maybe I start using this for a little bit of video editing. Maybe I start using this more so than my Mac. I do have the M1 Max MacBook Pro from a few years ago, and it's rock solid, but there are certain things with 4K editing that it does get a little hiccupy with. So maybe I will try to start editing a little bit on this PC, but then obviously PC to Mac, it's a whole nother conversation in the world. I decided to do the PC because I'd rather invest in the PC that I can change parts in, out, customize it the way that I need, and then I don't have to worry about the software having any issues of compatibility with Mac. The streaming, you see any streamers, if you follow any streamers, they all do it on PCs. So this just makes sense to invest in a PC and do it this way. We go back to the main point that I didn't really want to spend this much to do the live streams, but sometimes you have to take some risks. Sometimes you have to take the initiative that you know things are going to pay off in the long run, and take a divot in the beginning where you're not making money or where you have to spend a little extra because the vision down the road makes sense to where you're going. So I've ordered a Noctua CPU cooler. I'm going to be doing an AMD Ryzen build. I have never built a PC in my life before, but I feel as though I've watched enough videos online that I can successfully build one. It doesn't seem that hard, truthfully. And I've figured all of this out, the audio video side of the industry, I think that this is a progressionary step in the next direction for where my company, where I want the Rizology podcast to go, and so forth. So we have an MSI Vanguard Launch Edition 5080. I'm going to do an unboxing of this guy. I'm actually probably going to go buy all the PC parts today. Along with that, to fund all of this, because sometimes you have to be realistic, I have a bunch of old Pokemon games, cards, stuff like that. I'm going to be stripping apart my mom's garage this coming weekend just to try to figure out what else I have in there, because I definitely have a lot of different games and cards and whatnot, Beanie Babies. And when it comes down to it, I have enough money coming in from my clients. But if you can offset the cost of things as opposed to just paying out of pocket every single time without that offset, that's a smarter move to do. I mean, these things, although they're nostalgic to me, they're just sitting in my drawer. So, you have that contemplation of what should I do? Should I sell them? Should I keep them? Whatever. I'm going to fucking sell them, because to me, it's just like I have a lot of really cool shit here that other people may want to use or collect and whatnot. And I'm not using them all. So, see that little Zelda? I forgot my glasses at home. So if you see me squinting, I apologize. But so yeah, so that's the plan. That is the continuation of the Constellation video, setup video. I'm going to still post all that together of me assembling that and slowly in real time figuring out that it's not for me. It's been a few weeks of busy client work where I haven't really been able to sit down and figure out the plans for the PC. I did record a few podcast episodes. I did still move my audio mixer off to the side and it's not on the table anymore. So things are progressing. It's just, they're not as quickly as I anticipated them. On the live stream front though, obviously having the live for the podcast is just another way to get my name out there, get the show out there. And then Jamal, Andre, Tom, everybody is down to do some live streams of episodes regularly. So I have a really good caliber of people around me. Obviously, I believe in myself. I believe in the product that I'm bringing in terms of not only my video production company, but the podcast. But I know that the people around me are also really entertaining too. And this gives all of us a voice equally as we continue to push on forward. Obviously Andre has a larger following than I do. But if we can showcase our dynamic together and this and that, it adds new planes of like possibilities is really what I'm getting at. So for those that are thinking about if they should start the podcast, if they should invest in themselves, debt is debt. At the end of the day, you will pay it off as long as you continue to push forward and figure out other means to be able to offset the cost of things. There's always, where there's a will, there's a way. So in saying that, let's go spend some money. All right, so to give you guys just a little preview, I guess. So obviously, like I said, I had moved the audio mixer from the middle of the table over here to the actual rack, the AV rack. Let me turn the brightness up a little bit so you guys can see it. So yeah, so we got everything in the actual audio rack now. Being that the PC is probably going to go over here, I still have some tightening up to do. I got to get some of these wires in, order. And I really just want to clean up all of my stuff that I have in my office, especially right here, and just find a home for everything. Obviously, there's a lot of cables because I work in the video industry and whatnot, and there just seems to be just a massive amount of cables and wires just everywhere, and it genuinely drives me crazy. So I'd really like to be able to get to the point where everything has a home. When I'm done with a shoot, I put it away. I don't want to do like the whole pegboard that a lot of the content creators do on YouTube, and they show all that stuff. But I do want to get to a point where everything has a home. I can put everything back. Maybe there's a charging area, and then I could just call it a day. So this way we have order, because the amount of wires in here right now, it's not order. It's not order. So we have to get to that point. And I know my shortcomings sometimes can be keeping everything neat and focused because I get so busy with everything else that I have to do. So yeah, that's it.